Welcome to The Explainer. So, you're a founder, right? The whole dream was about freedom. But what happens when that dream business you built starts to feel, well, more like a prison? That's what we're digging into today. We're going to unpack Dan Martell's Buyback Your Time. It's a game plan, really, for getting out of that trap of being owned by the very thing you created. I mean, does this hit close to home? You find yourself dreading going into work? But then you're also dreading going home because you know you can't switch off your brain. Martell says, look, that's not just a rough patch. That's a huge, flashing red light telling you that your success is literally costing you your life. And this is what he calls the entrepreneur's trap. It's this totally cruel paradox, right? Your revenue is going up and to the right, but your personal freedom, it's just plummeting. It feels like every single new client, every new project is just another bar on the cage you've built for yourself. To make this really concrete, let's talk about Stuart. Here's a guy who built a super successful company. But, and this is key, he insisted on doing everything himself. We're talking everything from accounting to the actual coding. The pressure just built and built until it became totally unbearable. And he ended up having these crippling panic attacks. Think about that. His greatest achievement was literally making him miserable. So what happened to Stuart? He slammed headfirst into what Martell calls the pain line. You can think of it like this invisible wall. It's the point where the pain of growing your business is actually greater than the reward. And when you hit it, you start to do things, subconsciously to stop growing, just to make the pain go away. And when you hit that pain line, your brain basically goes into survival mode. You'll do things to dial back the pressure. Maybe you self-sabotage, you kill a huge deal for a reason that doesn't quite make sense. Or you stall, you drag your feet on a big decision until poof, the opportunity is gone. Or worst case, you just sell the whole thing, not because you want to, but out of pure desperation. These aren't business decisions, they're instincts kicking in. Okay, so what's the root of all this pain? It's a mindset. It's that hustle culture, get shit done mentality that tells you the only way to succeed is to do everything yourself. But that's a trap. The way out? You have to make a complete shift to what Martell calls the buyback mentality. And that's realizing your most valuable asset isn't your hustle, it's your time. And you have to start investing in getting it back. All right, so how do we actually do that? How do we make that shift? It all starts with one core idea. A simple principle that changes literally everything. And here it is. This is the big one. Don't hire to grow your business. Hire to buy back your time. I'll say it again. You're not hiring to grow. You're hiring to buy back time. It seems so simple, but it flips the entire script on its head. You're not just adding another person to the team. You're making a strategic investment in your single most precious resource. And the way you put this into action is with something called the buyback loop. It's a super simple rinse and repeat cycle. Step 1, you audit. You look at your calendar and figure out what tasks are just draining the life out of you. Step 2, you transfer. You get those tasks off your plate and give them to someone else. And step 3, you fill. You take that new free time and fill it with stuff you actually love to do. Stuff that really moves the needle. Audit, transfer, fill. That's it. It's like an engine that just keeps generating more freedom for you. Okay, but that first step, the audit, that brings up the million-dollar question for every single founder, right? How in the world do you figure out what to transfer first? Well, the answer is in a really cool tool called the drip matrix. It's a whole new way to look at that never-ending to-do list. So this is the drip matrix. Just picture a simple grid. On one axis, you've got how much money a task generates, low to high. On the other axis, you've got how it affects your energy. Does it drain you or does it light you up? And boom, this gives you 4 buckets to put all your work into. D for delegation, R for replacement, I for investment, and P for production. That's your sweet spot, your genius zone. Now, for most founders who are feeling stuck, their time breakdown looks something like this. And it's painful because it's so true. Just think about it. A huge chunk, maybe even 75% of your week, is spent on stuff that drains your energy. That is, by definition, the grind. That's why you feel so exhausted. So where do you start? Your first strategic move is to go to war with that delegation quadrant. This is all the cheap, easy, but super time-sucking stuff. Think booking your flights, chasing invoices, managing that cluttered inbox. The beauty here is that your buyback rate, what your time is worth, shows you can easily afford to hand this stuff off. It is absolutely the fastest way to get a huge chunk of your time back, like right now. Okay, so once you start clearing out those low-value tasks, you need a clear roadmap for what's next. And that's where the replacement ladder comes in. Think of this like your step-by-step guide to freedom. The replacement ladder is a very specific hiring plan. It's designed to pull you out of the day-to-day operations one rung at a time. So you're not just hiring whoever you think you need next. No, you follow the steps. You start with admin, then you replace yourself in delivery, then marketing, then sales, and finally, even leadership. Now, that first rung, your first hire, is absolutely non-negotiable. It has to be an admin assistant. And the goal here isn't just to get some help. It's to give them complete ownership of your inbox in your calendar. Seriously, this one move alone is a game changer. It shatters that cycle of constantly reacting to things and frees up a shocking amount of your mental space. And hey, this isn't just some nice theory. Let's go back to Stuart. After he actually did this stuff, he bought back more than 30 hours a week. And the results were just insane. His panic attacks, gone. His personal income, it doubled. And the company's revenue, it tripled. It's proof that the system flat out works. But here's the thing. Buying back your time isn't actually the end goal. It's the start of a whole new chapter. The real question is, what are you going to do with all this new time? This is how you go from being a founder to being an empire builder. This is where you level up big time. You stop being a level 1 trader, basically an employee in your own company, just trading hours for dollars. Instead, you evolve into a level 3 empire builder. Now, you're not just trading time. You're investing your time for more freedom, for bigger impact, and for some serious exponential growth. And this quote from Dan Martell himself just nails it. He says, "Look, I did not help you buy back your time so you can sit on your ass and do nothing. The point wasn't to retire you. The whole goal was to help you unlock the space, to find that next level of growth. And what do you do with that space? You pour that newfound time and energy into your 10x vision. This isn't just a goal. It's a dream so big, so clear, that it basically becomes a magnet. It pulls you forward, it fuels your passion, and it gets the best people excited to come and help you build it." So it all comes down to this. Once you've gone through the steps, once you've truly bought back your time, there's really only one question left to ask yourself. What empire are you going to build?